watch your rev counter for 12 o'clock. It'll go back another notch. Go towards you. Right, let the rev fully forward, let the revs drop. No, wait till the revs drop. Now change. Right, count 1,000, 2,000. Power on again. Yeah, keep bringing the power back.
Back to the end.
Yeah, back to 12 o'clock again on the rev counter. Okay, that's good enough for third, so power off, into third, 1,000, 2,000, power on. Right. You're in the third, but we're already at the high point, so put the power fully off, fully forward, wait till the revs to drop, into fourth gear. Then go in again, leave it in fourth now, because you've got to think about slowing it down for the 10 mile an hour side. Bring it round to that. Right, now bring it down to 15 or 16. Don't go below. Don't go below. Fully release it or you'll stop. It went below 15. Fully release, no, let it go now. No, don't touch anything. The weight will carry it.
Obviously, if we weren't on a downslope here, we'd have to need some more power, wouldn't we?
Yeah. But this is quite a good gradient, so we can let it trample along. SW is sound whistle, and we want 5 mile an hour there, which is really walking pace. Okay, slow it down again. 15. Keep going below.
Come to a halt.
Fully release it. No, just let go of that.
Yeah.
Put it in the first gear, just for a fraction. All the way forward.
Yeah.
Just leave that for a minute. There's enough power on the engines. No, into neutral now on the gearbox. All the way back, all the way back. That's it.
So when do I start braking on the end?
Slowly to 15, or get it to 15.
Sudden hold.
Right, that's where it's going to have to stay. All the way towards you. Oh, no, towards. Right, do the reverser.
The reverser, this one.
Yeah, into reverse. No, oh, R for reverse. Hang
Goes
on.
back out, doesn't it?
2 fingers, that's
Alright,
it. Nice and easy when you do it.
You have to take that with you, do you? You just take these with you, do you?
Yeah, for the
And
other
that,
end.
all this. Right.
All that for the other end.
Right. Switch it off for a second. With the fun of driving the train over, it's now back to reality when you're following these old lines. And from here to Llanemennech through Pant, we're back to no track and exploring. Well, along this Welsh border there was plenty of competition for transportation, and as you can see here we have the Montgomery Canal, which opened between 1796 and 1819 and didn't actually close until 1936. As you can see, the towpath is fairly well restored and is now a good public footpath. Well, I've come out half a mile down from Pennygarrick Holt and I'm now in Pant. Sadly there's very little of the railway left here at all, in fact nothing. The line came down through here where these gates now are, across this road and down past where that horse is in the distance. Well, we've got Railway Cottage here, and further up the lane is a sign for Station Road. Adjacent to the line, of course, is the former Montgomery Canal, canal, like the railway, is a long way from its former glories. Well, if I look in the book, there's a picture of Pant Station from the early 1960s. Sadly, there's nothing left from this photograph. Well, I've come a little bit further south and I've arrived at the Heritage Park at Llanymynech. If I look eastwards, I'm actually standing on the start of the branch line into Wales to Llanclys. And that line would have carried on through where those trees are there under that road. Actually, there's a good map here at the Heritage site that shows you those railway lines from the past. I'm standing here at the moment and I'm standing on that line into Wales. If we go eastwards across the canal, you can see the branch off the Oswestry to Welshpool line. Oswestry to the north and Welshpool south. If we then follow that south, we find Llanemynech Station, and to the right of Llanemynech Station is the Potts line coming in from Shropshire. So I'm going to walk from here and see how far I can get, see if I can get across the canal, see if I can see these junctions, see what's left of the old line down to Llanemynech Station. An interesting feature of this heritage site is the old line works. There's plenty of information signs around which tell you about its importance in the Victorian times. This particular part of the site was for line burning, the traditional way. And it says here, above you is a pair of vertical shaft drawn kilns built in the 1870s. From the top, enveloped by smoke, men tipped in layers of limestone and coal. Well, after a short walk through the brambles, we found the railway bridge. Now, this is a railway bridge from the branch line that goes into Wales when it crosses the Montgomery Canal. So the viaduct carrying the trains went from the west side here across to the east side. So the north we have the canal going up towards Llanclys, which we met earlier, and south we have the canal following the railway line through Llanemynech Station and further beyond. Well, sadly we've run out of footpath. You can see the west side of the bridge in the distance, and I'm going to climb up onto the east side and see if I can get any further. Now, the junction with the Cambrian line from Oswestry to Welshpool is just about 300 yards ahead. Well, I've reached the jungle and I'm going to have to admit defeat on this one. So I'm going to have to try and bear a little bit further south and see if we can trace the track back to the former Llanemynech Station. Well, I'm on the towpath now going south, and the line down into Llanemynech Station is the other side of that hedge in the distance, going to the right. Well, after a bit of rooting around and getting my feet stuck in a swamp over there, I've found the track bed coming into Llanemynech. Well, I've hopped off the canal towpath and this is Station Road, and this locked up fence, and beyond is the entrance to the station. And you can see in the distance where it's been tarmacked where the track went, and the station was here. Well, have a look in the book from the picture taken in 1935. It was taken from just behind those bushes there where the bridge is. If you look just above the station to the right, into the centre of the picture now, you can see the start of the Potts line, or the end of the Potts line, depending on which direction you went in. And trains from here then could connect with trains down south to Welshpool or out into the branches into Wales. So if we look again at the line as it is today, we're actually looking northeast. So beyond that hedge in the distance is where the Potts line would have joined just before the station. We're now going to head right from here, which is south, to look at the lines between here and Welshpool.